7 vegetables to consider limiting in your diet, a guide for seniors. Welcome to today's video. Did you know that not all vegetables are healthy, especially for older adults? It might sound strange, but it's true that some seemingly harmless vegetables can pose health risks and even worsen common age-related conditions. In this video, we'll reveal 7 vegetables that seniors should avoid immediately. Number 4 will definitely surprise you. Let's explore together to protect your health and the health of your loved ones. Starting today. Spinach oxalates are naturally occurring compounds found in many foods, including spinach. When consumed, oxalates can bind with calcium in urine, forming kidney stones, calcium oxalate stones. Older adults are at a higher risk of developing kidney stones because their kidneys may not be as efficient at processing oxalates. Consuming excessive amounts of spinach can increase the risk of forming kidney stones, which can be painful and negatively impact quality of life. Calcium plays a vital role in maintaining strong bones, especially for older adults who are more susceptible to osteoporosis. Oxalates, found in spinach, can interfere with the absorption of calcium from other foods. This can lead to calcium deficiency, weakening bones, and increasing the risk of fractures in the elderly. Spinach is also rich in vitamin K, which is essential for blood clotting. For individuals taking blood thinners such as warfarin, high levels of vitamin K can reduce the effectiveness of the medication, increasing the risk of blood clots. To minimize oxalate intake, consider these tips. Cook spinach thoroughly. Cooking spinach significantly reduces its oxalate content, minimizing potential negative effects. Enjoy in moderation. Avoid consuming excessive amounts of spinach in a short period to prevent oxalate buildup. Explore alternative greens. Seniors may opt for other leafy greens like kale, lettuce, or cabbage, which contain lower oxalate levels and have less impact on calcium absorption. 2. Sprouts. Bean sprouts, including mung bean sprouts, alfalfa sprouts, and soybean sprouts, are often considered nutritious foods. However, for older adults, consuming bean sprouts may pose some health risks. Bean sprouts thrive in moist and warm environments, 20 to 25 degrees Celsius, which are ideal for germination. However, these conditions also create a favorable environment for harmful bacteria to grow, particularly E. coli, which can cause diarrhea, abdominal pain, and potentially lead to serious complications. Salmonella, which causes food poisoning, characterized by symptoms such as fever, abdominal pain, nausea, and diarrhea. Individuals with weakened immune systems, such as the elderly, are more susceptible to severe bacterial infections from food. Food poisoning can lead to dehydration, malnutrition, and even life-threatening complications in older adults. Consuming raw bean sprouts is common. Bean sprouts are often used in salads, sandwiches, or as a side dish with pho without being cooked. When eaten raw, bacteria on the sprouts are not killed, leading to a higher risk of infection. Potential danger. Outbreaks of food poisoning worldwide have been linked to raw bean sprouts, with hundreds of cases reported. Cooking mung bean sprouts. Cooking mung bean sprouts at high temperatures helps eliminate bacteria, significantly reducing the risk of food poisoning. Stir-fried or soup-cooked mung bean sprouts retain many nutrients while being safer. Choosing a reliable source. Purchase mung bean sprouts from trusted suppliers, ensuring the product is grown and transported under hygienic conditions. Avoid using mung bean sprouts if you are unsure about their origin or storage methods. Proper storage of mung bean sprouts. Mung bean sprouts should be stored in the refrigerator and used within a short period, maximum 2 to 3 days. 3. Corn is a popular and beloved food due to its sweet flavor and crunchy texture. However, for older adults, consuming corn may present some health concerns. Cellulose is a type of fiber found in the outer layer of corn kernels. While it is an important part of a healthy diet, the human digestive system cannot fully break it down. As we age, our digestive systems may become less efficient, making it more difficult to digest corn. This can lead to discomfort such as bloating, gas, indigestion, and constipation. Older adults may experience discomfort after consuming large amounts of corn due to the buildup of undigested fiber. Corn is high in carbohydrates, including natural sugars, which can cause a rapid increase in blood sugar levels. While its glycemic index, GI, is not as high as potatoes, it can still be a concern for individuals with diabetes, prediabetes, or older adults who are at a higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Frequent or excessive consumption of corn may lead to blood sugar fluctuations, potentially impacting overall health. For optimal digestion, especially for older adults with dental or digestive issues, ensure the corn is cooked thoroughly until soft. To manage blood sugar levels, it's best to limit the amount of corn consumed per meal, particularly for individuals with diabetes or those monitoring their blood sugar. For balanced nutrition, consider pairing corn with low glycemic index foods such as leafy greens or protein sources like lean meat or beans. This helps slow down the absorption of sugar into the bloodstream. If needed, remove the outer husk or grind the corn into smaller pieces to aid in digestion. 4. Kale. Kale is known as a superfood due to its high content of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. However, for older adults, consuming kale can lead to some health issues if not used properly. Oxalates are naturally occurring compounds found in many foods, including kale. When consumed, they can bind with calcium in urine, potentially forming kidney stones. Older adults may be at higher risk as their kidneys may not function as efficiently, making it harder to process oxalates. Eating large amounts of raw kale could increase the risk of kidney stone formation. To reduce the oxalate content, consider cooking kale. Additionally, balancing your diet with foods that are low in oxalates can be beneficial. Goitrogens are naturally occurring compounds that can interfere with thyroid function, particularly by inhibiting the absorption of iodine, a crucial element for thyroid hormone production. While goitrogens are found in many foods, including cruciferous vegetables like kale, they are generally not a cause for concern for most people. However, individuals with pre-existing thyroid conditions, such as hypothyroidism, may need to be mindful of their intake. Cooking kale thoroughly can significantly reduce its goitrogen content. Additionally, incorporating iodine-rich foods, such as seafood and seaweed, into your diet can help mitigate any potential negative effects. Kale is an excellent source of vitamin K, a nutrient essential for blood clotting. However, for individuals taking blood thinners like warfarin, high vitamin K intake can potentially reduce the medication's effectiveness, increasing the risk of blood clots. To ensure safety, seniors on warfarin should consult their doctor to adjust their diet and manage their vitamin K intake appropriately. Cooking kale instead of eating it raw can help reduce oxalates and goitrogens, making it easier to digest. It's also important to control your portion sizes, avoiding excessive consumption in a single meal or over a prolonged period. For a balanced diet, incorporate kale with other vegetables to prevent the accumulation of oxalates and goitrogens. If you are taking blood thinners or have thyroid issues, consult your doctor before consuming kale regularly. 5. Asparagus. Asparagus is a nutritious food often recommended as part of a healthy diet. However, for older adults, consuming asparagus can pose some health concerns if not managed appropriately. Purines are naturally occurring compounds found in food. When broken down in the body, they produce uric acid. High uric acid levels can pose a risk, especially for older adults. As kidney function declines with age, uric acid can build up in the bloodstream, leading to gout. Gout is a type of arthritis that causes severe pain in the joints, particularly the big toe. Asparagus contains a moderate amount of purines. While it's generally safe to consume, eating it frequently or in large quantities may increase the risk of gout or worsen existing conditions. If you have a history of gout or are at risk, it's advisable to limit your asparagus intake. Consider pairing asparagus with foods low in purines to reduce the burden on your kidneys. Asparagus is a natural diuretic, meaning it helps your body eliminate excess water and salt through urine. This effect is due to the presence of asparagine, a compound found in asparagus. While this can be beneficial for some, it's important to be aware of potential risks for older adults. Older adults are more susceptible to dehydration, especially if they don't drink enough fluids. The diuretic effect of asparagus can exacerbate this risk. Additionally, excessive urination can lead to electrolyte imbalances, depleting essential minerals like potassium and sodium. This can result in fatigue and muscle weakness. To mitigate these risks, it's crucial to stay well hydrated when consuming asparagus. Drinking plenty of water helps replenish the fluids lost through urination. It's also advisable to consume asparagus in moderation and monitor your body's response after eating it. If you experience any unusual symptoms, consult your doctor. Cooking asparagus thoroughly instead of eating it raw can help reduce the risk of bloating and make it easier to digest. It's best to consume asparagus in moderation, avoiding excessive consumption or frequent intake. If you experience digestive discomfort, bloating, or joint pain after eating asparagus, consider reducing your intake or substituting it with other foods. If you have a history of gout, consult your doctor before adding asparagus to your diet. 6. Mushrooms. Mushrooms are a popular, nutritious, and delicious ingredient in many dishes. However, for seniors, consuming mushrooms can offer both benefits and risks if not used properly. Wild mushrooms can contain toxins. Some wild mushrooms contain dangerous toxins, such as amatoxin, which can damage the liver and potentially lead to death. Older adults are often prone to mistaking edible mushrooms for poisonous ones due to their similar appearances. Health risks. Wild mushroom poisoning can cause digestive upset, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, organ damage, impact on the liver, kidneys, or central nervous system, death in severe cases. Solution. Only consume mushrooms from reliable sources, such as reputable grocery stores or markets. Avoid picking and eating wild mushrooms unless they have been identified as safe by an expert. Agarotine is a naturally occurring compound found in mushrooms, particularly button mushrooms and portobello mushrooms. Studies in animals have shown that agarotine may be linked to an increased risk of cancer when consumed in high amounts. While there is no definitive conclusion about the effects of agarotine on humans, it is advisable for older adults to be cautious about consuming excessive amounts of raw mushrooms. Cooking mushrooms before eating helps break down the agarotine compound, reducing the potential risk. Always cook mushrooms thoroughly before eating. Cooking helps eliminate agarotine and reduces the risk of food poisoning. Choose mushrooms from reliable sources. Only purchase mushrooms from reputable stores and avoid using wild mushrooms unless identified by an expert. Store properly. Refrigerate mushrooms at a low temperature and use within 2 to 3 days of purchase. Enjoy in moderation. Avoid eating too many mushrooms at once, especially if you have a history of indigestion or bloating. 7. Potatoes. Potatoes are a popular food enjoyed in many dishes around the world. However, for older adults, consuming potatoes can lead to some health issues if not managed properly. This article will delve into the risks and provide guidance on how to safely enjoy potatoes. Glycemic index, GI, measures how quickly a food raises blood sugar levels after consumption. Potatoes, particularly white potatoes, have a high GI, leading to a rapid increase in blood sugar. For older adults, who are at a higher risk of developing diabetes or prediabetes, consuming large amounts of potatoes can cause blood sugar fluctuations, increasing the risk of diabetes complications and impacting cardiovascular health. To mitigate these risks, it is recommended to limit potato consumption in main meals. Combining potatoes with low GI foods such as leafy greens, lean meats, or beans can help slow down the rate of blood sugar increase. Acrylamide is a chemical compound that forms when potatoes and other starchy foods are cooked at high temperatures, such as frying, baking, or roasting. Studies have shown that acrylamide may be linked to an increased risk of cancer in animals and could potentially affect humans. Older adults are at a higher risk of developing chronic diseases and should limit their exposure to potentially harmful compounds. To reduce acrylamide intake, avoid cooking potatoes at excessively high temperatures or for extended periods, e.g., deep frying, over baking. Boiling or steaming potatoes is a healthier alternative as it does not produce acrylamide and preserves more nutrients. For a healthier approach, prioritize steaming, boiling, or making soups instead of frying or grilling at high temperatures. When it comes to portion control, enjoy potatoes in moderation and avoid relying on them as your primary carbohydrate source. For a well-balanced meal, combine potatoes with leafy greens, protein sources like fish or lean meat, and healthy fats. If you need to reduce your carbohydrate intake, consider substituting potatoes with other root vegetables like sweet potatoes, carrots, or turnips. We have reviewed 7 types of vegetables that older adults should be cautious about consuming. Good health comes not only from what we eat, but also from making smart choices. If you find this information helpful, please share it with your family and friends so everyone can learn how to eat healthier. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on future valuable health tips. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Remember, health is always our most valuable asset.